Welcome back to Town Fair Tire BST. There it is. Or is that the Delano? I don't have my glasses on. It's a Delano. It's right next to us.
That's where we are.
It's the
right
Luxor, the Delano. There's the Mandalay coming into focus. That's where we're here all week on Radio Row. And if you were watching or listening to Felger and Mazz this afternoon, you got some fireworks. We're joined by Michael Lombardi. For the record, I've taken nothing away from Bill during the Brady years. But, Mike,
here we go. Come on.
His track record without him speaks for itself.
See, this shows you how naive you are, and this shows you how you really don't know the guy you've been covering. Because if you think there's 1 ounce of him that he doesn't want to win, unless you've been in that building, you have no idea. And you've never been in the building.
Oh, he's 29-39 since Brady left. They haven't won a playoff game. They stink. Do you think Bill had a good, functional relationship with Mac Jones?
I don't know. I've never seen the two of them interact.
So now you don't know? Wait a minute. I thought you were inside the walls, and I don't know what I'm talking about.
I think he's had a good, functional relationship with everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I think, to me, you don't want to handle the truth.
That's why the guy ended up in Tampa.
Are we going to Dairy Queen after the game here or what?
Mention the kid's name.
I've been with Al Davis, and you ain't no Al Davis, I can tell you that, all right?
Bill sort of intentionally hung him out to dry to prove a point to him or to the owner or to whoever, and it was just that downward spiral,
that,
Michael.
Are you buying that?
Some of it, yes,
You
for sure.
probably buy that Lee Oswald was on the 6th floor, too. I feel like I'm Nathan R. Jessup on the stand here. You know, I'm going to order who ordered the code red?
No,
you ordered the code red on Belichick.
I've been waiting to hear from Bill. I've been waiting to hear from Bill.
He's not going to talk to you. Why would he spend 5 minutes talking to you?
I know that.
Why would he spend 5 minutes talking to you? You have no idea about anything, and he's going to lower himself to you. And, I got to talk to Felger because he was the almighty God.
F-E-L, Felger.
I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Me too. I've been waiting to hear from Bill, and there it was. All right, listen, there's more. You can go to the website if you want to watch the whole thing.
Best thing I've seen on TV this year.
I will say, he started it, and I'm totally fine with it. And I'll tell you why, Chris. Because
Come on, Felger.
Bill's been getting dumped on mercilessly this offseason. We've had a lot of reporting, a lot of inside reporting. Howe, the Herald, saying Jeff Howe, Seth Wickersham, all taking a really big dump on Bill Belichick and some inside stuff on what was wrong here the last couple of years. And I haven't heard Bill Belichick respond until today. So I think Bill, whether it's him or his foot soldiers like Mike Lombardi, he deserves his say, and I think that he had his say today. What was your main takeaway?
Yeah, my main takeaway, and no question, I think Mike Lombardi is a proxy for Belichick on a lot of levels, despite what he said. My main take is this. This is what I would say to Mike Lombardi. I don't disagree with you on the greatness of Bill Belichick, the coach, and I still think he's a great coach. Here's where I disagree with you, though. You want to talk about Lee Harvey Oswald and conspiracies and mythology. Bill built up this mythology that he was the reason they were winning these Super Bowls. And I think what we've learned here post-Brady is that, yes, he's a great coach, but that the impact of having a great coach has been overrated and overstated. And I heard him mention Greg Popovich, and I wanted to jump through the screen and say nobody in San Antonio thinks they won all those championships because of just because of Greg Popovich, and only Greg Popovich. They love Popovich, but they know, like, we won. We had Duncan, we had Parker, we had Ginobili. Then we didn't have anybody. Now we have Wembanyama. Only here was it people like Lombardi and some of the fans who thought, as long as we have the coach, we'll be a championship team. It has been proven without any question that if the coach is the key part of what you're building and the best part of what you're building, you don't have a championship team. Period. End of story.
Yeah, and, and it's funny because that's been the case throughout NFL history, and it just kind of got out of hand. The story got out of hand with Belichick where it was, at one point, you think it's a partnership, and then it becomes 65-35, then it becomes 80-20, and then it becomes, hey, as long as we have Bill, everything is okay, and we know that's not the case. But what's interesting, too, today? Besides the Colonel Jessup line that he threw at you and the Felger and you're not Al Davis. You're afraid of Al Davis? You were afraid of Al Davis, Mike Lombardi? That's a takeaway. They really, I think Mac Jones that's the target. Mac Jones, it was clear listening to him today that it was Mac, and not only Mac's ability, but Mac's temperament. Did you hear that too, Gasper? It was just like you couldn't coach him hard. That's what, if you read, you don't have to read between the lines, but if you just listen to Lombardi saying that Mac was not the guy physically or mentally, and that's a big reason why they were 4-13 this year.
But that's the case with most quarterbacks. And when I talked to Tom Brady Sr., this is basically what he was saying about Bill not realizing what he lost in Tom. It wasn't just a quarterback. It was somebody who was the perfect avatar for his system and what he wanted to do. And how many of these ex-players have spoken up and talked about, wow, I got there and I couldn't believe that Belichick tore Brady a new one just like anybody else. Like, do you understand that athletes on the level of Tom Brady, 99% of them are not going to accept that crap from you, the coach, whose career they're making? Like, it seems like he doesn't understand that, or he didn't understand that. So he expected Mac Jones to take that stuff, and he didn't. Mac certainly could handle it better, no question, but it's a major miscalculation for Bill to think you're going to get these elite quarterbacks or franchise quarterbacks or even the beloved top 15 quarterback that they can win with, and the guy's going to just take it like that. That's not how the NFL works, and it's not how it works today. That was part of the beauty of Brady.
Well, Gasper,
he played like Peyton Manning, but you could kick him around and kick him like he was the four-string quarterback.
Well, you've never been inside the building.
That's true.
I mean, clearly. You're so naive.
What I find interesting is, the timing of it. We had Lombardi on last year, and we've been dumping on Bill for several years. Since it started to go downhill, it's gotten real bad. And yes, we did second guess him even when they were winning, and he brought that up. You didn't even give him his due when you were winning, which isn't quite true. But yes, we've been critical the whole way through. It's gotten bad the last couple of years. And there was never a response. We talked to Lombardi last year at the Super Bowl. He didn't really say a word about it. But now, Bill's out of work. He's just gotten fired. And I think, now here's a time where I think Bill realizes he has to either start fighting back, rebuilding his image. Maybe that was part of the Globe thing yesterday or Sunday in the newspaper, Chris. And he's got to get back to work. And I think maybe he's realizing he's got a little bit of a battle on his hand here to rehab his image.